Hey, welcome back. Glad to have you on board. We are continuing our month of videos about make it rather than buy it. Jenna and I have put together some videos that we'll link to at the end of this video for some other great recipes for some basic things that you can make rather than buy. And we're doing this not just because it's fun, but it's great because you can be thrifty with these ingredients and these recipes. You can typically save money from what you pay at the store. It also helps you that if you're in a pinch and you're just out of these things, by knowing how to make them, you can just whip up a batch right at home and save time. And also, the third reason is you can actually have better ingredients. A lot of the things at the store that you buy, they can sneak in artificial ingredients. And today we're talking about taco seasoning, which is no exception. I went to the grocery store and I picked up a couple of the packets that were hanging in the Mexican foods aisle, the typical taco seasonings, and there was some funky stuff in there. As a matter of fact, I've got a list right here because I couldn't pronounce these words. So number one on a lot of these packets was maltodextrin. There was also disodium inosinate and disodium guanylate. And my favorite, which they sneak into a lot of these, is natural flavor. I don't know where they get their natural flavor, but I can do without it because I think natural flavor should naturally come from nature, and that's what this is. So today's taco seasoning recipe has got 7 simple ingredients, one of which is, I think, a secret ingredient that is probably left out of most of the taco seasoning blends you've ever seen. We'll put the recipe at the end of the video. I just wanted to give you a visual of the proportions. So here we've got chili powder, ground cumin. This is Himalayan salt, but you can substitute table salt or have like sea salt or kosher salt. The recipe that I'm going to share with you calls for kosher salt. If you're going to use anything other than kosher salt, use half the amount. Next we have regular paprika, chili powder, coriander ground, and our secret ingredient is cornstarch. Cornstarch can be substituted with arrowroot powder as well, but basically this is just a plant-based starch that once you mix all this in and you use this actually on your stovetop, like with ground turkey or ground beef, the cornstarch will actually absorb the liquids and it will make a nice sauce and thicken up and just make for a great taco, a nice moist taco mix. You might notice I said chili powder twice, and that's not a mistake. This is chili powder as you typically buy it in the store, where it's actually a pre-mixed blend of like garlic, onion powder, paprika, different chili peppers, and maybe even salt mixed in. We're using this as the base. Down here is this chili powder, and that is a straight ground chili. And you can use whatever you like. You can use cayenne pepper. I used ancho chili powder because it's got a smoky flavor, which I like. You could also use chipotle, ground chipotle peppers. Whatever you like or whatever is available, you can use there. And for paprika, you can use any kind of paprika, will be fine. I went with a smoked paprika here. So we'll put that recipe up. Before we go, I thought I'd also, in case some people had questions about the difference between taco seasoning versus fajita seasonings, because my thinking is if you're watching this video because you want to make some great taco seasoning, chances are you probably love to make some fajitas at home as well. So I'm going to put the recipe up at the same time at the end of the video. Basically, there's a big difference. Fajita doesn't need all of these different seasonings because when you make fajitas, you're already taking peppers and onions and garlic, and you're putting those either on your nice cast iron griddle or out on the grill. And so you already put those flavors in there, and you don't need all of this, and you certainly don't need a thickening agent. So very simply, for your fajitas, you just need ground cumin and you need chili powder, and you're gonna rub that on either your flank steak or your skirt steak, or maybe if you use like a sirloin or something, you're gonna rub that on there. You're gonna put that in like a Ziploc bag, and then you're gonna add a marinade into that, which is just extra virgin olive oil, a splash of citrus, in this case lime juice and lime zest, and a couple of cloves of minced up garlic, and you're gonna put that all in there with that meat, and you're gonna kind of rub that in and turn that bag every couple hours. and keep that in your refrigerator like that for like anywhere from say 4 hours to overnight before you grill that. And that's going to be really great for you. When you get your seasonings made, I suggest you keep them in a jar like this with a simple lid that's airtight. You can make this up in a nice batch. You can do whatever quantity you want. When you see the recipe, you can double it or triple it. Little suggestion I have is a lot of times on my mixes, I'll put a recipe on the top of what this is. So if I run out, I don't have to think it through too hard. I'll just have the recipe on the top. So a little tip for you. So anyway, that's it. Pretty straightforward and simple, but I do hope you give it a try. And please leave a comment and tell us how you like it, either the fajita recipe or the taco seasoning. So thanks for watching. Check out our other videos on make it rather than buy it. And we hope that you have a great month on your homestead. We'll talk to you next time.